Okay, here we've got a question about this particular curve where it intersects the x-axis, and we've got to show that alpha lies between two values. Now you have a standard method for showing there's a solution or a root of an equation between two values, which is based on having an equation in the form f of x having to equal 0. So what you have to do is look at what you've got, which is a curve and intersecting the x-axis, and you've got to remember from core 1 what value the thing would have to intersect the x-axis, which should lead to an equation in that form, and then you work out f of two values. You get two answers, and you have to make a particular comment. Look up in your notes the exact form of words if you've forgotten it, or better still, write down what you remember it to be and then check it carefully, get the wording exactly right. Then in part B, big fat re-entry point, don't have to have done part A, show that this can be rearranged into that, so you're going to have this, then a few lines later you're going to have this, and you can work backwards as well as forwards. You can work backwards from the answer if you find that easier than working forwards from this one, but you make the two things join up in the middle in a convincing way. Another re-entry point. We've got to use an iteration. We've got a starting value which we're going to feed into there. We've got to find x3, so here's x1, work out x2 showing a clear method first. Don't round x2 off, keep x2 to all the decimal places on your calculator. Show your method the first time round, probably the second time round as well, but it's not as important. And get x3, get a nice unrounded answer first, and then round off to two decimal places. If you don't round off as you're told, then you could lose a mark. Okay, and another re-entry point. Okay, it's to do with what you've just done, but you don't have to have done that successfully in order to draw your cobweb or staircase diagram. So start from the given x1, that picture somewhere here, there it is, drawing a cobweb or staircase diagram. Here's your starting point. The thing to remember is you always go vertically to the curve using straight lines. Use a ruler, draw on the lines you're generating, and every time you move to a new x-coordinate, mark it on the x-axis, it says we have to indicate the positions of x2 and x3 on the x-axis. Don't draw solid lines all the way down, dotted lines will do, but try and line them up properly, and that should be 3 very easy marks.